Alright, so we got our first major hotfix of Season OG, and this of course brings Season 6. So the official Fortnite YouTube account posted a trailer, but it does contain copyrighted music, so I'm just going to break it down with no music in the background. It's only 30 seconds long. Let's take a look here. First of all, it says Loot Lake as we dive down, and then we see the floating island with Kevin the Cube on the bottom. Really reminiscent of Season 6, of course. The double barrels in the sky showcases some footage of that. We got some free falling, and then the drift board. Drift board finally makes a return, as well as the quad crasher. So lots of nice mobility. There's the porta fortress. The bush is still in the game. Looks like the hunting rifle was there, and then Fortnite OG. So the highlight, of course, is that there's a brand new loot pool. There's a few vaulted items, a few unvaulted items, and then Kevin the Cube in the middle of the map. There's a few other changes as well, but I'll be showing you them too. So first of all, let's take a look at what was vaulted. So these items were removed from the game already. This comes from my friend on Twitter, FN_assist. He says the following items have been vaulted. The burst assault rifle. So I was not anticipating that. I actually like the burst. The heavy shotgun, impulse grenades, the porta-fort, the remote explosives, which is C4, and smoke grenades. That's a bummer. I was really liking the smoke grenades. So 6 items vaulted right away in this new hotfix. Let's see what got unvaulted then. So we got the heavy assault rifle. I personally like that one, but I know it was quite underused when it was in the game. The 6-shooter, not a big fan of that. The double barrel shotgun, one of my favorites in the entire game. Clingers, shockwave grenades, dynamite, the porta fortress, and grapple glove. So this is an interesting one. So I'm going to do a separate video on this because I'm going to actually showcase the Rift Encounter, but just in case you're brand new and you haven't experienced a Rift Encounter yet, basically a mini event happens, a ginormous rift spawns in, and it brings something with it. For example, an NPC, some loot, a special item, things like that. So that is one way to get the grapple glove. So that is the secret Chapter 3 weapon unleashed on Season OG. Like I said though, I'll do a separate video and I'll showcase some of the upcoming Rift encounters that we're going to get as well. So it's only supposed to be available via the Rift Encounter event. However, according to FireMonkey, he says both the heavy shotgun and grapple gloves can be found via supply drops, despite this not being the intended way of obtaining them. And then in parentheses he says the heavy shotgun is supposed to be fully vaulted. So you can still get the heavy shotgun in supply drops, and you can also get the grapple glove in supply drops. That's crazy. So according to FN_assist, supply drops have a 40% chance of dropping a grapple glove, and obviously if you find one of the rare Rift encounters, you're going to get it 100%. Now in addition, for build mode only, the chiller trap as well as the mounted turret have been unvaulted. So those are not in zero build, they are only in build game modes. And then of course for mobility, we also have the quad crashers unvaulted and the drift board also unvaulted. So some great mobility added here. Now I did see some clips that said you can't fly with the quad crasher anymore. I don't remember how people used to do that, but I remember seeing clips of them flying across the entire map. And I guess you can't do that anymore. Okay, so now that we know the new loot pool and what's been vaulted, let's go take a look at the map so I can show you what's actually been changed. Okay, so here we go. This is the new map. And some people are a little disappointed, and let me tell you why. But first, let's take a look at Kevin and the floating island. So you can see the huge divot down below Kevin. He's floating underneath. This should give us the flying effect when we get near it. And there's tons of loot scattered around the outskirts of the ginormous piece of island that came up. So you can see right here, there's a chest. Plenty of loot for multiple people to land. Here's the clingers. Oh wow, there's the porta fortress. I forgot it was gold. So let's go up. I think the house is exactly the same, if I remember correctly. Yep, it looks to be the case. So you have a huge range up here. You can see halfway across the entire map. Hey, that might be one of the Rift encounters right there. Let's go take a look in a second. So like I was saying, remember, with this, you can just jump off and you'll be fine because you'll get caught in the slipstream. Just like that. So let's see what happens down here. Yeah, I remember landing down here specifically and then yeeting my way up. So there's Kevin. I thought if you shot him, it would send sparks out and hit your enemies, or you. but it doesn't look like they added that. And this was the 0 point down here, right? Let's see what happens if you go down here. Oh, you can't. It yeets you right back up. So again, there's plenty of loot down here, and easy rotations for sure. So you still can't sprint through this portion of Loot Lake. Obviously down here you can, but not over here. Now of note, the time machine has been moved. So it was in Pleasant Park. Kevin makes a lot of noises, by the way. And now it's right over here. Here's a quad crasher. So there's the time machine. It's checking out Kevin. And we also have a new audio log. So if you missed the first one, I don't think these do anything, but I'll play this one for you right here. This is the exact location. Right where the time machine is, to the right of Loot Lake. Here we go. Let's take a listen.
Jones, Sloan here. I feel like I've done this before, so let's assume I have. Unless this is deja vu. Alright, short version. You're back here for a reason. You're smart enough to figure it out. And it's not to change the future, by the way. Drop that fantasy right now. This is an extraction, and you're leading the way. You cannot hesitate in your duty, Jones. The world you're leaving is one of many, and there are more worlds than even you can imagine. Keep it that way. Do the job.
Okay, so Sloan told Jones that we have to do the job. Interesting. And by the way, you can only hold one Porta Fortress. It does not combine into two. And look how big it is. This is crazy. Love the Porta Fortress. This is going to be amazing in Zero Build. Look at this. You can fit like 50 people up here. And you don't die from falling because it's got bouncers on the side. So watch this. Whee! I love it. Now it looks like these wow, this is hard to steer. It looks like these quad crashers take fuel. But there's no gas in Season OG, so I guess once you run out of fuel, it's game over. So here's the rift encounter right here. Now normally this would spawn in, but it looks like it's already here. You can see the rift fragments all around. There he is. So this is what we call a rift encounter. And in this one in particular, you get the grapple glove inside right here. So it looks like, okay buddy, it looks like there's only one. So sometimes when you eliminate these types of players, they drop vaulted weapons. So let's actually see. Nope, I blew the box up and he dropped a normal AR. And there's the grapple glove right there. 30 uses. Let's go. Can you destroy this? Oh, you sure can. So the rift fragments still remain, but everything else goes away. So what else has changed? Let me go show you. If we go to Dusty Divot, there's a huge change over there. So here we go. This is Dusty Diner, but it's been renovated. So they actually ruined Dusty Diner a little bit early. This is, well, we're not supposed to know what's being constructed right here, but this is going to be the rocket from Season X. So it's a little out of place. And I'm a little disappointed that they ruined the diner already, but this is what we're working with. So this is the construction of the rocket for the end event in Season X. But here we are in Season 6, and it's already begun. So other than those two things, that's about it. And that's why at the start I said people were a little disappointed. By the way, you can see ATKs are still in the game, as are shopping carts. There's the shopping cart right there. So on the Season 6 map, there were corrupted zones everywhere. And they had the Shadow Stones. It was amazing. In addition, Haunted Hills had a castle up here. You can see that's not up there. There was an underground bunker in Wailing Woods that was awesome with some rifts. That's not there. And there were a few other map changes as well, smaller ones, but those are not present either. The only thing we got is Kevin the Cube at Loot Lake, the new location of the Time Machine, and Dusty Diner getting renovated by the rocket. And of course these rift events, which turn you into Spider-Man with this grapple. I love this thing. Imagine having the only grapple in the game. But I just wanted to show that they do spawn in supply drops as well. Let's see if we can go find one. There's a supply drop right over here. So let's see if we can pull a grapple out of here. Just like the data miner said, 40% chance, boom! And yes, we did, right there. So 100% confirmed. You can only hold one at a time, though. You can refresh, like this one has 20, this one has 30. Take the 30. But you can only hold one at a time. So you can be Spider-Man before Spider-Man was a thing. So there you go. That's all there is to it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. And don't forget to use my Support-A-Creator Code, which is tabortime.